in my mind, I was like, actually, this was the part of the song where I was like, what is she talking about? Like when I was going through these lyrics and I was like trying to decipher the theme, I was like, what does this mean? Because she's saying we're drawn to light, we're broken and blinded by it. Now remember, my interpretation of this song at this stage was that this was maybe like, like a song about losing your faith, like losing faith in God. Like not necessarily, it doesn't even have to be like anti-religion, but just in general, like this idea that well, she says it like when your faith in, when you lose your, what's the line? When all your faith in reality fades away, who will you follow then? I was like, okay, that doesn't seem like relationship lyrics. So I was like, what is she talking about here? And so these lines, again, were drawn to light. That's like, all right, that's God is the light, God is the way, right? So I'm like, okay, maybe that's what she's talking about. Then she says, we're broken and blinded by it. We're dying for release. I was like, okay, if this song is like about losing your faith, losing your religion somewhat, it's like, she's like, it's pretty anti-religion. Like it's kind of going there. Like the idea that religion is breaking us and blinding us and we're dying for a release from its grasp. I was like, I was sort of surprised by this. Like, what is this? Where's she going with this? And then like, if all this fear was born in my mind, I gave you everything you'll ever be. And again, that almost feels like a relationship line again. So at this point, I genuinely, I was just confused. I was like, I don't understand. I don't know what she's talking about. It doesn't feel like it's a relationship song, but I think my interpretation is wrong. It doesn't feel like an anti-religion song. So I went and looked it up. And, I should have had the quote ready to go, but I will get it here for you now. Yeah, so I went and looked it up, and luckily there is a quote talking about what this song is. So here's the quote. Speaking about this song's conception, Lee says, "It's about the quest for what is real. For me, a lot of the album is the quest for humanity and being able to connect on what is real amidst a flood of lies being shoved in our face. Somebody else is literally profiting off you believing a lie. It's just wild out there. I want us to find each other in reality, dark as it may be, because you can't fix it until you face it." Okay. So when she says that, like when I read that, I was kind of like, what the hell? Um, I know this might be a little bit of a reductive way for me to put it, but she's talking about fake news. Someone is profiting off you believing a lie. It's like she's talking about like fake news and like socio-political issues. And I just was kind of taken aback by it. I was like, what are we talking about? Like propaganda? This song's about propaganda? So just to clarify, when she says like, when all your faith in reality fades away, who will you follow? She's saying like, I don't even think that I am being like egregious here with this interpretation. She is essentially saying when everyone on the internet lies to you, who are you going to follow on Twitter? Like, I mean, am I being crazy here? But like that, like, what else could that mean? When she says herself, like, a flood of lies being shoved in our face. Someone is profiting off of you believing a lie. She's talking about fucking fake news and the powers that be, the media that controls shit. And when you look at the song through that lens, like we're drawn to light, we're broken and blinded by it, we're dying for release. It's like she's talking about like the light of your cell phone. Like, it's just like cell phone addiction. But, and if you think I'm wrong, what other light is she talking about when she says we're drawn to light, we're broken and blinded by it, dying for release? What other light could she be talking? She's not talking about God. She's not talking about like some amazing relationship or something. She's talking about propaganda and fake news. What other light could it be other than cell phones? TVs. And I just think that that's like, I don't know. It just feels so shallow. And when I read that quote and I started reframing the song from this perspective, I was like, man, that is some whack shit. That is some whack shit. And think about how dramatic, what have you done to me? Like, I just imagine her like looking at her phone, looking at Twitter, what have you done to me? It's so like, I don't know. It's so shallow. And it feels like it's there. She's like totally over dramatized this whole thing. Like, if we're talking about, where's my damn notes? Sorry, I lost it. It's like, if we're talking about a song about propaganda and like people lying and spreading propaganda, the idea of like, what have you done to me? It just feels so, I don't know. I'm going to talk about it once we finish the lyrics in a little bit more detail, but this felt so lame. And like this whole, like the last line here before the chorus where she says, I gave you everything you'll ever be. If all this fear was born in my mind, I gave you everything you'll ever be. It's like, you're talking about like a grand narrative about the, like you're observing the nature of our civilization and like where we're at. And like, we give the power to the people that lie to us and all that. It's like, why then would you phrase it like you're talking about your fucking boyfriend? Like, I gave you everything you'll ever be. Like, it just does not, like, again, I just imagine her like screaming at her phone, like, I'm not gonna let you gaslight me anymore. My phone's over there. I don't have it, but like, you pretend like, I'm not gonna let you lie to me anymore. Look what you've done to me. It just feels so like shallow. And again, and this is one of those things with the music too, where it's like, it feels cheap. It feels cheap. This is like super bland lyricism. Like, isn't it crazy how the media lies to us, man? We got to write about it. And like, I don't know, man. Again, I'm going to talk about it once we finish up with all the lyrics. But when I realized this and I started piecing the song together from this perspective, I was like, this is so lame. It is so lame. And the truth is, the funny thing is like, the song can't even really be interpreted any other way. And I kind of broke that down. Like, it's definitely not a relationship song. I mean, you can interpret certain lines as a relationship song, but it's not really. It's not a relationship song. It doesn't make sense. And then it's not like a religious song either. It doesn't make sense with the religion. And so it's like, this kind of is the only way that the song can be interpreted, which I think is weird. And I think it creates a disconnect with the listener, or at least anyone who would want to learn the lyrics and like sing along with it. It's like, how do you sing along with this? It's such a weird. Let me put it this way. If you go back and you listen to Fallen and you listen to Evanescence or Amy Lee's lyrics on that album, right? All the songs felt larger than life. Like, it felt like she was talking about really deep ideas of like life and death, your soul, your love, you know, the people who inspire you. Like you think about like My Immortal being about the ones that you love, potentially losing a loved one. I think it is actually just about losing a loved one. But then you have Bring Me to Life, which is the idea that you love someone so much that they almost wake you out of this like 1,000 year coma. You know, I think, what does she say? You know, wake me up inside. Bid my blood to run. What a great line, by the way. Bid my blood to run. Like, basically saying like, your love is causing my blood to flow through my veins again. What an amazing line. And there's so much like impact to that line. And so all of those songs from that album, they just felt so deep and meaningful, and like they actually had real life implications to them. And then you get to this song and it's like, it's just fucking boomer shit as far as I'm concerned. Like, these kids today are addicted to their phones. We've got to stop it. You know, who are you going to follow when the fake news gets to you, huh? It's just stupid. And so, yeah, I like, tonally, I think that this song, it's just confusing, and weird, subpar, very earthly, like very like, Like, again, I brought up Fallen being like larger than life, broad topics, deep topics. And then this song is just like it just feels so earthly to me, and so shallow. Like, yeah, we've heard this, the media lies. Oh my God, another one of we anyway. So at this point in the song, it's really kind of losing me. Um, but hey, you know, we're only about a third of the way through. No, we're a fourth. Sorry, hold on. What's the timestamps? Yeah, we're about a fourth of the way through. So there is still plenty of song left to go. So let's play it out. Let's see what we've got.